So we've talked a little bit about our primary and secondary stances on 2 feet, making sure that we are comfortable, we are athletic, and we are ready to do everything that is required of us behind the plate. I wanted to talk a little bit about some basic knee down stances and a couple points on those stances that I think will help lead to a little bit more success if you decide to work out of those. I think that it is worth saying that if we cannot block and throw out of these positions, then we should probably not use these if we have runners on base, or if we need to block the ball in a situation where it might be a 2-strike count, or something else is going on the field where we have to block that ball and we have to control that ball. Like we talk about in our receiving handbook, like we talk about on a lot of the other media that we put out, we want to make sure that as catchers, we can do everything that is required of us given the situation. When we start talking about the knee down stances themselves, we have a few different options. We detail these in our receiving handbook, but the first of which is probably more comfortable for most people and most individuals is going to be a more standard left knee down position. So notice that similarly to my 2-foot primary stance or my secondary stance, the positioning of my right knee here is going to be straight forward or slightly angled out, or even more if that's comfortable to where now this knee is pointing more towards first base. My left knee is comfortable in the ground. My left foot is typically going to be dug in, and I am comfortable all the way around and directed back towards the field. Notice that this knee and this hip are tucked underneath my body enough to where I am not going to get stuck moving left or right. And from here, I can move into other positions if I need to. I can work into my pre-pitch or my glove load, and then work to receive the ball and control the ball. On the other side, we've got our standard right knee down position. We have a couple different stances that we can use here. The first of which is being where I am similar to that standard left knee down position. My right knee is comfortable on the ground. My left knee is up and tucked underneath my body, as well as my left hip. From here, I feel like I can work out of that stance to a throwing position. If I need to, I can block out of a more kickstand position and move a little bit left to right. Whenever we are working out of those basic knee down stances though, it is worth noting that if we get away from our center, and if our chest is not centered over our hips, then we're typically going to be in a little bit more uncomfortable and a little bit more unathletic position to work from. So those are the things that I would say are important from a standard knee down position. Working into those stances, after I give my sign, I can just drop a knee to the ground and reset my foot. Now I'm in a good position to work. I can just tuck that here. I can switch and creep into that left knee down position. I can move my hips all the way around, and I'm free to move wherever I need to go. That said, you need to continue to do what is best for you as far as stances are concerned, and get into the best stance that is going to allow you to work and do everything that is necessary and required of you given the situation on the field.